ॐ शिवशक्तिसमारम्भां भास्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मच्छ्रीनाथपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां ज्ञानिनामपि चेतांसि देवी भगवती हि सा बलादाकृष्य मोहाय महामाया प्रयच्छति दुर्गे स्मृता हरसि भीतिमशेषजन्तोः स्वस्ति स्मृता मतिमतीव शुभां ददासि दारिद्र्यदुःखभयहारिणि का त्वदन्या सर्वोपकारकरणाय सदार्द्रचित्ता सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते शरणागतदीनार्तपरित्राणपरायणे सर्वस्यार्तिहरे देवि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवि दुर्गे देवि नमोऽस्तु ते रोगानशेषानपहंसि तुष्टा रुष्टा तु कामान् सकलान् भीष्टान् त्वामाश्रितानां न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिताः ह्याश्रयतां प्रयान्ति सर्वाबाधाप्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरि एवमेव त्वया कार्यमस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम् ॐ Welcome everyone to the class. Okay, so we'll continue with the Devi Kavacham. I think we had finished up to two stanzas in the last class. So let me just set a quick context of this Devi Kavacham and then some of the stanzas. Some stanzas I'll give line by line meaning. Some of them we'll just kind of quickly glance through it. So this one, like I said last time, right, is kind of a Kavacham generally means something for protection, right, which you chant at the beginning. We chant this at the beginning to kind of say that help me protect physically, right, amongst and mentally as well, from all directions, from all different things which are in this world, so that I can actually primarily overall protection as well. But because we chanted at the beginning of Devi Mahatmyam to say that please protect me as I'm going through this journey of learning and chanting Devi Mahatmyam, so there are no impediments along the way, right? So this one starts with the Markandeya Rishi asking Brahma, right, saying that, oh Brahma, tell me that which is extremely powerful, which is guhyam, which means which is something which is actually secret, right? So one which is yet guhyam, one which is a secret which has not been revealed to the world yet, but which is important for protecting everybody in this world. That's a question that Markandeya Rishi is asking Brahma. To which Brahmo Vacha, Brahma is replying. So because Brahma is saying this Devi Kavacham, right? That's why in the beginning, when you said Asya Shri Chandi Kavachasya, Brahma Rishihi, which means Brahma is the Rishi who is actually chanting or telling this Devi Kavacham. He is the one who is listing this thing. Like we said last time, we said when you said Sahasranamam, it says Vedavyaso Bhagavan Rishihi. Vedavyasa is the one who compiled it, although Bhishma is the one who chanted Vishnu Sahasranamam. Here, Brahma is the one who's compiling it and telling it to Markandeya Rishi, right? So Brahma is saying, okay, let me tell you about this thing called as the Devi Kavacham, which again Brahma also replies saying that this is extremely secretive because if it like anything in this world, like it says in Spider-Man, right, with which extreme power comes a lot of responsibility. Whenever you get a lot of protection, now it could be mishandled, right? So he says this is very secret, so just don't go out and share it to everybody. But of course, depending on your karma, you are already learning it, so there's nothing that we have to worry about. So Brahma is then going and talking about the secret of this Devi Kavacham. So first Brahma goes and describes the different types of Devis who are actually there. And some of this we are going to see in the various chapters which are going to follow. In chapter 8 and chapter 9, we're going to see all these incarnations of the Devis. So we'll cover it then. But the first stanzas 3, 4, and 5, we are going to see the Nayan Durgas who are called as the Navadurga. Right? You must have heard of the word Navadurga. So that's what we'll see in the stanzas 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we'll get into the class. Retiji, you can be a student, and Mrinalini, you can be a student. Yes, stanza 3. Pratamam Shailaputri cha Dvitiyam Brahmacharini Tritiyam Chandragantheti Kushmandeti Chaturtakam. So here it talks about 4 Durgas. Names are obvious. Shailaputri, Brahmacharini, Chandraghanteti, Kushmanda. So he says these are the 4 durgas. So like I said, Brahma first lists the 9 durgas. प्रथमं शैलपुत्री च द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति कूष्माण्डेति चतुर्थकम्.
Rajesh, all names are long, right? Like Shailaputri, long, right?
Chandraghanteti and Kushmandeti are short E's.
Oh, okay. प्रथमं शैलपुत्री च द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति कूष्माण्डेति चतुर्थकम्. One more.
2 times, yeah.
Okay. प्रथमं शैलपुत्री च द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति कूष्माण्डेति चतुर्थकम्.
प्रथमं शैलपुत्री च द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति कूष्माण्डेति चतुर्थकम्. प्रथमं शैलपुत्री च द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति कूष्माण्डेति चतुर्थकम्.
पंचमं स्कंदमातेति short E. षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च सप्तमं कालरात्रीति महागौरीति चाष्टमम, all short E's here. So this fifth is Skanda Mata, from whom Skanda or Kartikeya comes. Sixth is Katyayani. Seventh is Kalaratri. And eighth is Mahagauri. Panchamam Skanda Mateti, Shashtham Katyayaniti cha, Saptamam Kalaratriti, Mahagauriti Chashtamam.
पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च सप्तमं कालरात्रीति महागौरीति चाष्टमम्. पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च सप्तमं कालरात्रीति महागौरीति चाष्टमम्.
पंचमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च सप्तमं कालरात्रीति महागौरीति चाष्टमम्. पंचमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च सप्तमं कालरात्रीति महागौरीति चाष्टमम्.
नवमं सिद्धिधात्री च नवदुर्गाः, put a F to join it, नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः उक्तान्येतानि नामानि, all of them short E's, Brahmanaiva Mahatmana. So Navamam, 9th, is Siddhidhatri. So Brahma says these are the 9 Durgas. These are the Navadurgas, and those who always remember these Navadurgas and worship them, automatically Durga will protect you from this. Navamam Siddhidhatri cha Navadurgah prakirtitaha Uktanyetani namani Brahmanaiva Mahatmana.
नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना. नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना.
नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना. ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना. नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गाः प्रकीर्तिताः उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना.
So this rest of this Devi Kavacham, and even in Argalam, Keelakam, when we see lot of things, it will talk about what are the different ways in which Devi is going to come and protect you. And a lot of it may sound like repeat. At the end of the day, it will say, no matter in what situation you are. The net takeaway is, when you chant this Devi Kavacham, no matter in what situation you are or what calamities you face, it's going to come and help you. That's a net takeaway. And in multiple times, it lists individually each possible scenario. Some we'll see, but so for example, Agnina Dahyamanastu, when you get stuck, when you're surrounded by a burning forest fire or something, when we Shatru Madhye, when you're actually in between enemies, that you are actually there, then whenever bhayartha, whenever you are afraid or you are in sorrow, when in any situation, it says, don't worry, surrender to this Durga, surrender to this Navadurga who we just chanted, and just remember her, and she will get rid of all of the challenges and the worries or any mishaps that you are in. So that's what 6, 7, and 8 will talk about, saying all the different situations, how to remember her. Agnina dahyamanastu shatru madhye gato rane vishame durgame chaiva bhayartaha. Put a ish to join. Bhayartash sharanam gataha. So for those of you who have I don't know if you're not learned Narayanam or Sahasranamam or anything from me before. So when I'm saying put a ish to join or something like that, if you see a visarga, which is the two dots in Sanskrit, if you're in Tamil or Telugu or English, I don't know what it says, but when I say put ish, that means you have to put that joining letter instead of saying that visarga. So you don't say, for example, second line bhayartaha. You put an ish because sha is coming later. So bhayartash Sharanam Gataha. Anytime the Visarga comes at the end, you end up saying it. So just make sure you're following those, joining sounds, right? And if you have a question, just stop me and ask on that sounds. Agnina dahyamanastu shatru madhye gatorane vishame durgame chaiva bhayarta sharanam gataha.
अग्निना दह्यमानस्तु शत्रुमध्ये गतो रणे विषमे दुर्गमे चैव भयार्ताः शरणं गताः अग्निना दह्यमानस्तु शत्रुमध्ये गतो रणे विषमे दुर्गमे चैव भयार्ताः शरणं गताः
अग्निना दह्यमानस्तु शत्रुमध्ये गतो रणे विषमे दुर्गमे चैव भयार्ताः शरणं गताः अग्निना दह्यमानस्तु शत्रुमध्ये गतो रणे विषमे दुर्गमे चैव भयार्ताः शरणं गताः
Na tesham jayate kinchit. So I'm just breaking that da which is there into a it and a a. So kinchit ashubham. Next word starts with a a. Ashubham ranasankate. Napadam tasya pashyami short e. Shoka dukkha bhayam nahi. Again, short e there. So it says you will not have shokam and dukkham and any of those worries. Or when you are stuck in a battlefield or anything, you'll be protected. Natesham jayate kinchit ashubham ranasankate napadam tasya pashyami shoka dukkha bhayam nahi.
न तेषां जायते किञ्चित् अशुभं रणसङ्गडे नापदं तस्य पश्यामि शोकदुःखभयं नहि न तेषां जायते किञ्चित् अशुभं रणसङ्गडे नापदं तस्य पश्यामि शोकदुःखभयं नहि
न तेषां जायते किञ्चित् अशुभं रणसङ्कटे नापदं तस्य पश्यामि दुःखभयं नहि न तेषां जायते किञ्चित् अशुभं रणसङ्कटे नापदं तस्य पश्यामि शोकदुःखभयं नहि
यैस्तु भक्त्या स्मृता नूनम तेषां वृद्धिः. Put a F to join. वृद्धिः प्रजायते. ये त्वां स्मरन्ति देवेशि. Again short e. रक्षसे तान्न संशयः. Certain places I intentionally I'm saying short e because those are the places people end up stretching it. For example, ye tvam smaranti deveshi. That's wrong because that becomes a long e, right? So that's a short e in that case. So the one of the best ways to not say the long e when it's a short e is you put a plus and say the next word very quickly. For example, deveshi rakshase. So when you say that together or fast, then you won't stretch that e. Otherwise, you'll end up stretching that e. Okay, especially when it comes in the middle. यैस्तु भक्त्या स्मृता नूनं तेषां वृद्धिः प्रजायते ये त्वां स्मरन्ति देवेशि रक्षसे तान्न संशयः.
यैस्तु भक्त्या स्मृता नूनं तेषां वृद्धिः प्रजायते ये त्वां स्मरन्ति देवेशि रक्षसे तान्न संशयः यैस्तु भक्त्या स्मृता नूनं तेषां वृद्धिः प्रजायते ये त्वां स्मरन्ति देवेशि रक्षसे तान्न संशयः
यैस्तु भक्त्या स्मृता नूनं तेषां वृद्धिः प्रजायते ये त्वां स्मरन्ति देवेशि रक्षसे तान्न संशयः यैस्तु भक्त्या स्मृता नूनं तेषां वृद्धिः प्रजायते ये त्वां स्मरन्ति देवेशि रक्षसे तान्न संशयः.
The next couple of set of stanzas, I'm going to talk about first. Brahma is listing all these Devis or all the incarnations. And later on, he's going to say how each Devi is going to protect you in various aspects. So the next, first we saw the Nava Durga, which he spoke about. The next is going to talk about 9 different incarnations of Devi. I won't get too much into the detail of what they are right now because the incarnations are going to happen in chapter 8 when Devi has to get rid of Rakta Bija, one of the demon who was associated with Shumbha and Nishumbha. At the time, from each of the gods, so like from Brahma, Brahmani comes. From Indra, Aindri comes. From Vishnu, Vaishnavi comes. From Skand, so each of them, so each of these Devis are going to come, the energy of each of the gods are going to come in the form of a Devi. So there's 9 more Devis which are going to get listed here in stanzas 9 and 10. And it talks about it talks about how each of these Devis have their own Vahana. And the Vahana is the same Vahana as the god from which they're coming. From, for example, if it's coming from Shiva, she's going to ride on a bull. So that is the Vahana associated with the Devi, with the Maheshwari. So it talks about how each of these Devis who are there have their respective vehicles, and each of them are strong in their own ways, and how each one will protect you. So that's the next description of the 9 Devis which are coming. So Preta Samstha to Chamunda. Chamunda is unique. She doesn't necessarily come from a god. She's going to come from another form of Parvati much later. So we'll cover it at that time. But for now, right? Preta Samstha to Chamunda. Varahi Mahishasana. Aindri Gaja Samarudha. Vaishnavi Garudasana. So from this, the name is obvious. Vaishnavi, one who's coming from Vishnu, is riding on Garuda. Varahi is riding on Mahisha, on a buffalo. And Aindri, the one who comes from Indra, rides on an elephant. Like Indra rides on Airavata. Similarly, Aindri rides on an elephant as well. Preta samstha tu chamunda Varahi Mahishasana. Aindri Gajasamarudha Vaishnavi Garudasana.
प्रेत संस्थातु चामुण्डा वाराही महिषासना ऐन्द्री गज समारूढा वैष्णवी गरुडासना प्रेत संस्थातु चामुण्डा वाराही महिषासना ऐन्द्री गज समारूढा वैष्णवी गरुडासना
प्रेतसंस्था चामुण्डा वाराही महिषासना ऐन्द्री गजसमारूढा वैष्णवी गरुडासना प्रेतसंस्था चामुण्डा वाराही महिषासना ऐन्द्री गजसमारूढा वैष्णवी गरुडासना.
Maheshwari Vrisharudha Kaumari Shiki Vahana Lakshmihi, put a F, Lakshmif Padmasana Devi Padma Hasta Haripriya. Maheshwari Vrisharudha Kaumari Shiki Vahana Lakshmif Padmasana Devi Padma Hasta Haripriya.
माहेश्वरी वृषारूढा कौमारी शिखिवाहना लक्ष्मीः पद्मासना देवी पद्महस्ता हरिप्रिया माहेश्वरी वृषारूढा कौमारी शिखिवाहना लक्ष्मीः पद्मासना देवी पद्महस्ता हरिप्रिया
माहेश्वरी वृषारूढा कौमारी शिखिवाहना लक्ष्मीः पद्मासना देवी पद्महस्ता हरिप्रिया माहेश्वरी वृषारूढा कौमारी शिखिवाहना लक्ष्मीः पद्मासना देवी पद्महस्ता हरिप्रिया.
श्वेत रूप धरा देवी ईश्वरी वृषवाहना So Vrishabham referring to bull. So Ishwari, the one who comes from Ishvara, from Shiva. Brahmi Hamsa Samarudha. Brahmi, the one who comes from Brahma, who's riding on a Hamsa, on a swan. Hamsa Samarudha. Sarvabharana Bhushita. Shweta Devi Ishwari Vrishabhahana. Brahmi Hamsa Samarudha. Sarvabharana Bhushita.
श्वेतरूपधरा देवी ईश्वरी वृषवाहना ब्राह्मी हंस समारूढ़ा सर्वाभरणभूषिता श्वेतरूपधरा देवी ईश्वरी वृषवाहना ब्राह्मी हंस समारूढ़ा सर्वाभरणभूषिता
श्वेतरूपधरा देवी ईश्वरी वृषवाहना ब्राह्मी हंससमारूढा सर्वाभरणभूषिता श्वेतरूपधरा देवी ईश्वरी वृषवाहना ब्राह्मी हंससमारूढा सर्वाभरणभूषिता
Ityeta Mataraha, put a is to join, Mataras, Sarvaha, put a is again, Sarvas, Sarva Yoga Samanvitaha, Nana Bharana Shobhadya, Nana Ratnopa Shobitaha. So Nana Abharana means different jewels and ornaments. Each of them is decked up in different ways, and then it will talk about how each of them carries different weapons, right? And like we have to understand here when it says like somebody's carrying a sword, doesn't mean it is equivalent to the sword that we see right now. It's just such a spiritual equipment that it's way more powerful because they can accomplish so much more than what it is. So these are all like symbolic representations of the different things that they are carrying, which enables them to combat evil, right? So it'll next several stanzas we'll talk about how they are all well decked up. They carry their respective instruments and everything, which is to defend against, or to fight against all of the enemies. Drishyante Ratama Devyah, put a ich, Devyah Krodha Samakulaha. Like I spoke last time, Devis, she can be angry and very look very fierce against bad people, against bad enemies, against asuras. At the same time, she is the Jagan Mata. She is also the Mata. She's like extremely compassionate one. So she can take either or form, right? In this context, because she's coming in with all these weapons and all decked up, she's protecting you from evil and against other bad things, because of which Krodha Samakulaha, because of which she's appearing in a very angry form, because she's out there trying to fight. When she comes to bless, she's going to be in a calm form, right? So that's a subtle difference that they're calling out here, where it says the word Krodha is coming. Drishyante, sorry, Devyah Krodha Samakulaha. Devyaha is there. So put a ich to join. Devyah Krodha Samakulaha. Shankam, Chakram, Gadam, Shaktim, Halam, Cha Musalayudham. Drishyante Ratamarudha Devyah Krodha Samakulaha. Shankam, Chakram, Gadam, Shaktim, Halam, Chamusalayudham.
Rajesh, we
Yeah.
didn't do the stanza before that. You didn't read that.
Nana Bharana Shobha.
Ityeta mataras sarvas.
I
We
thought we
did
did
not
that, right?
repeat it. We did not repeat. You
Oh,
just
we
did
didn't
the
do it?
correction.
Oh, sorry. Did I say the breaking part of it or no? I did? Okay. Ityetha matara sarva sarva yoga samanvitaha nana bharana shobhadya nana ratnopashobhitaha.
इत्येता मातरः सर्वा सर्वयोगसमन्विताः नानाभरणशोभाढ्या शोभिताः इत्येता मातरः सर्वा सर्वयोगसमन्विताः नानाभरणशोभाढ्या नानारत्नोपशोभिताः
इत्येतामातरः सर्वाः सर्वयोगसमन्विताः नानाभरणशोभाढ्या नानारत्नोपशोभिताः इत्येता मातरः सर्वा सर्वयोगसमन्विताः नानाभरणशोभाढ्या नानारत्नोपशोभिताः.
We did the second one already. I broke it, so we'll repeat it. Drishyante ratamarudha devyah krodha samakulaha shankam chakram gadam shaktim halam cha musalayudham.
दृश्यन्ते रथमारूढा देव्यः क्रोधसमाकुलाः शङ्खं चक्रं गदां शक्तिं हलं च मुसलायुधम् दृश्यन्ते रथमारूढा देव्यः क्रोधसमाकुलाः शङ्खं चक्रं गदां शक्तिं हलं च मुसलायुधम्
दृश्यन्ते रथमारूढा देव्या क्रोधसमाकुलाः शङ्खं चक्रं गदां शक्तिं हलं च मुसलायुधम्.
Mrinalini, that first line, devyah, I heard a ah sound, just devyah krodha.
दृश्यन्ते रथमारूढा देव्यः क्रोधसमाकुलाः शङ्खं चक्रं गदां शक्तिं हलं च मुसलायुधम्.
Khetakam tomaram chaiva parashum pashamevacha kuntayudham trishulam cha sharngam. I'm breaking at that ma sharngam ayudham uttamam. So again, this is just summarizing all the different weapons. खेटकं तोमरं चैव परशुं पाशमेव च कुन्तायुधं त्रिशूलं च शार्ङ्गमायुधमुत्तमम्.
खेटकं तोमरं चैव परशुं पाशमेव च कुन्तायुधं त्रिशूलं च शार्ङ्गम् आयुधमुत्तमम् खेटकं तोमरं चैव परशुं पाशमेव च कुन्तायुधं त्रिशूलं च शार्ङ्गम् आयुधमुत्तमम्
खेटकं तोमरं चैव परशुं पाशमेव च कुन्तायुधं त्रिशूलं च शार्ङ्गमायुधमुत्तमम्.
शार्ङ्गम्
शार्ङ्गमायुधमुत्तमम्. खेटकं तोमरं चैव खेटकं तोमरं चैव परशुं पाशमेव च कुन्तायुधं त्रिशूलं च शार्ङ्गमायुधमुत्तमम्.
I think there you're saying sharngam, you're adding an a there. Sharngam ayudham.
शार्ङ्गमायुधमुत्तमम्.
Yeah. Daityanam deha nashaya bhaktanam abhayaya cha. I'm just breaking at that ma. Dharayantya yudhanitam. That word is a long word, cannot break that word. So you have to say it together. Dharayantya yudhanitam. Devanam cha hitaya vai. Like I said, the first line says Daityanam dehanashaya, to get rid of the Daityas or the Asuras, and Bhaktanam abhayaya cha, and to come and protect your Bhaktas. You take all these different forms and then you have all of these weapons and you ride on all of these things. That's your form there. दैत्यानां देहनाशाय भक्तानाम् अभयाय च धारयन्त्यायुधानीतं देवानां च हिताय वै.
दैत्यानां देहनाशाय भक्तानामभयाय च धारयन्त्यायुधानीथं देवानां च हिताय वै दैत्यानां देहनाशाय भक्तानामभयाय च धारयन्त्यायुधानीथं देवानां च हिताय वै
दैत्यानां देहनाशाय भक्तानामभयाय च धारयन्त्यायुधानीतं देवानां च हिताय वै दैत्यानां देहनाशाय भक्तानामभयाय च धारयन्त्यायुधानीतं देवानां च हिताय वै.
Again, the dehanashaya, when you're ending it, you're adding a subtle a, you're adding there. So dehanashaya, that's it, okay. नमस्तेस्तु महारौद्रे महाघोर पराक्रमे महाबले महोत्साहे महाभय विनाशिनी short E. So just namaste. I'm doing namaskarams or prostrations to you, who is Maharaudre, one who's very dreadful, one who's very daring in appearance. Mahaghora Parakrame, right? One who is very, whose strength is very frightening. Mahabale means one who is very strong. Mahotsahe is one who's got a lot of energy, and Mahabhaya Vinashini is the one who gets rid of the greatest of the fears. So just different ways, right, of saying my namaskarams to you. नमस्तेस्तु महारौद्रे महाघोरपराक्रमे महाबले महोत्साहे महाभयविनाशिनि.
नमस्तेस्तु महारौद्रे महाघोरपराक्रमे महाबले महोत्साहे महाभयविनाशिनि. नमस्तेस्तु महारौद्रे महाघोरपराक्रमे महाबले महोत्साहे महाभयविनाशिनि.
नमस्तेस्तु महारौद्रे महाघोरपराक्रमे महाबले महोत्साहे महाभयविनाशिनि. नमस्तेस्तु महारौद्रे महाघोरपराक्रमे महाबले महोत्साहे महाभयविनाशिनि.
So the next set of stanzas, like it comes in any kavacham, right? There are primarily, it has two different kinds of protection it asks for. One, it asks for protection from different directions. And then it asks for protections to different parts of your body. So the next set of stanzas is going to call each of the 10 directions, right? The 10 directions are, the 8 cardinal directions. So, north, west, east, south, northeast, southwest, those 8 directions. Then top, north, and south, right? So it'll talk about that up and down, right? That becomes 9 and 10. And then, so it'll talk about anything in front, anything inside. So next couple of stanzas, we'll see each of these directions, which Devi will come and protect you, right? So that's from 17th second line, it'll start. Trahi Mam Devi, all short is Dushprekshe Shatrunam Bhayavardini, short E, Prachyam Rakshatu Mam Aindri Agneyam Agni Devata. I'm just breaking at that im there. Agneyam Agni Devata. So it starts from the east and then it's going to southeast and then it'll go to the south, right? It'll kind of go in that direction. So Prachyam refers to the east. So in Prachyam east, Aindri, you protect me. Like I said, Aindri is the one who comes from Indra. And then Agneyam Agni Devata. So the Agni Devata, the one who's the goddess of fire, you protect me from Agneya Disha, which is southeast. त्राहि मां देवि दुष्प्रेक्षे शत्रूणां भयवर्धिनि प्राच्यां रक्षतु मामैन्द्री लॉन्ग ई आग्नेयाम् अग्निदेवता.
त्राहि मां देवि दुष्प्रेक्ष्ये शत्रु त्राहि मां देवि दुष्प्रेक्ष्ये शत्रूणां भयवर्धिनि प्राच्यां रक्षतु मामैन्द्री आग्नेयामग्निदेवता. त्राहि मां देवि दुष्प्रेक्ष्ये शत्रूणां भयवर्धिनि प्राच्यां रक्षतु मामैन्द्री आग्नेयामग्निदेवता.
त्राहि मां देवि दुष्प्रेक्ष्ये शत्रूणां भयवर्धिनि प्राच्यां रक्षतु मामैन्द्री आग्नेयामग्निदेवता. त्राहि मां देवि दुष्प्रेक्ष्ये शत्रूणां भयवर्धिनि प्राच्यां रक्षतु मामैन्द्री आग्नेयामग्निदेवता.
Okay, we'll switch halfway through the class now. So any two who want to volunteer except Harish, Vikram, and Rati and Nalini, sorry. Any other two people who want to volunteer?
I can do it.
Okay, Vidya, Jian.
I can do it with
Okay.
Vidya too, sir.
Okay, Anita.
Thank you.
Okay. Dakshinevatu Varahi, long E, Nairityam Khadga Dharini, Pratichyam Varuni Rakshet, Vayavyam Mriga Vahini, long E. Dakshinevatu Varahi, Nairityam Khadga Dharini, Pratichyam Varuni Rakshet, Vayavyam Mriga Vahini.
Divya, do you want to start or do you?
Yeah.
Sorry, what is it?
Is
Right,
Divya
Vidya.
going to go first?
Vidya is going first, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
दक्षिणेव तु वाराही नैरत्यां खड्गधारिणी प्रतीच्यां वारुणी रक्षेद्वायव्यां मृगवाहिनी दक्षिणेव तु वाराही नैरत्यां खड्गधारिणी प्रतीच्यां वारुणी रक्षेद्वायव्यां मृगवाहिनी
दक्षिणेव तु वाराही नैरत्यां कट्कतारिणी प्रतीक्ष्यां वारुणी रक्षेत् वायव्यां मृगवाहिनी दक्षिणेव तु वाराही नैरत्यां कट्कतारिणी प्रतीक्ष्यां वारुणी रक्षेत् वायव्यां मृगवाहिनी
Udichyam patu kaumari, long E. So like I was telling, the short E and the long E's, right? So whenever the person here, Devi here, is the subject who's doing something. So here it says, "Oh Devi, may Kaumari protect me in Udichyam." So when you're saying, protect me from the north. So the Devi is the subject saying, the Devi is going to protect me from the north direction. It becomes a long E, right? Anytime we are referring to say, "O Devi," right? It becomes a short E at that time. So when you mix it up, it literally means different meanings, right? And the reason I'm emphasizing that so much is in Devi Mahatyam, every other stanza, Devi is either going to be a short E or a long E, or the different Devi names which are coming, right? So you have to be very careful how that is getting said. So, for example, for those who do Mahalakshmi Ashtakam, a lot of people say Mahalakshmi Namostute, right? So, but that's not. It's saying, "Oh Mahalakshmi, my namaskarams to you." So, because it's like, "Oh Mahalakshmi," it's a short E there. So it's Mahalakshmi Namostute. If you say Mahalakshmi Namostute, it means Mahalakshmi, you are the subject. Namaskarams to you. Mahalakshmi is saying namaskarams to you, right? So it kind of literally flips the meaning, right? So anyway, so here, Kaumari, all of this is the subject here. So Udichyam Patu Kaumari, Aishanyam Shula Dharini, long E, Urdhvam Brahmani. So here Brahmani is a short E. Say, "Oh Brahmani, you protect me," right? So it depends on how this is written. It becomes either a short E or a long E. So Urdhvam Brahmani me rakshet dhadastat Vaishnavi Tatha. So if you want to break that second line, the da, there are two das which are coming. The first da and then the second da. So the first da, you can break it into a it and a a. So Urdham Brahmani me rakshet it adhastat Vaishnavi Tatha. Okay, because you're going to be stopping in between. That's the right place to break it. Udichyam patu kaumari aishanyam shuladharini urdhvam brahmani me rakshet adhastat Vaishnavi tata.
उदीच्यां पातु कौमारी ऐशान्यां शूलधारिणी ऊर्ध्वं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षेत् अधस्ताद् वैष्णवी तथा उदीच्यां पातु कौमारी ऐशान्यां शूलधारिणी ऊर्ध्वं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षेत् अधस्ताद् वैष्णवी तथा
उदीच्यां पादु कौमारी ऐक्ष्यान्यां शूलतारिणी ऊर्ध्वं ब्रह्महानि मे रक्षेत् अधस्तात् वैष्णवी तथा उदीक्ष्यां पादु कौमारी ऐशान्यां शूलधारिणी ऊर्ध्वं ब्रह्महानि मे रक्षेत् अधस्तात् वैष्णवी तथा.
Anita, and the ha, you don't have to say it. That Brahma, that word, right? You can, lot of people say it as Brahma, but that it's a subtle silent ha there. Okay. So you can just say Urdhvam Brahmani. Okay, it just the ha becomes a silent ha there. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
It is not wrong to say it either or way. I'm just saying that general
Brahmani.
is the ha is silent. Evam dasha disho rakshet Chamunda Shavavahana. So it's all these 10 directions. where each Devi is protecting me. Oh Chamunda, you protect me also in all of those 10 directions. Jaya me chagrataha, put a F, chagratah patu, Vijaya patu prishtataha. So prishtataha is back. So you also protect me from back and front. The next one will say also from my left and right and all. So every possible way, each of the Devis, you come around and protect me. Evam dasha disho rakshe chamunda shavavahana jaya me chagratah patu vijaya patu prishtataha.
एवम् एवं दश दिशो रक्षे चामुण्डा शववाहना जया मे चाग्रतः पातु विजया पातु पृष्ठतः एवं दश दिशो रक्षे चामुण्डा शववाहना जया मे जाग्रतः पातु विजया पातु पृष्ठतः
एवं दश दिशो रक्षेत् चामुण्डा शववाहना जया मे शक्रतः पातु विजया पातु पृष्ठतः एवं दश दिशो रक्षेत् चामुण्डा शववाहना जय मे शक्रात् पाहु
Jaya, sorry, on the second line first.
जया
Jaya me.
जया मे शक्रतः पातु विजया पातु पृष्ठतः
The second line, Anita, chagratah, sound.
ओके
Jaya me chagratah. Okay.
जया मे चाक्रतः पातु विजया पातु पृष्ठतः
Ajita vama parshve tu dakshine chaparajita. So now with the end of that first line, all the different directions are covered. So obviously all the 10 directions, then in front of me, to my left, to my right, above my back, my front, all of this. Next, it's going to be all the different body parts. So literally every single part of the body is going to get called out, right? That's going to continue for several stanzas here. Trinetra, Shikha, Mudyotini Rakshet. So I'm just breaking the du sound there into it and u. Rakshet, Uma Murdni Vyavasthita. So first it starts with the Shikha. Shikha is like the back of your head, right? At the bottom of the back of your head. And Murdni is the top of your head. So those are it starts with that. शिखामुद्यु अजिता वामपार्श्वे तु दक्षिणे चापराजिता शिखामुद्योतिनी रक्षेत् उमा मूर्ध्नि व्यवस्थिता
अजिता वामपार्श्वे तु दक्षिणे चापराजिता शिखामुद्योतिनी रक्षेत् उमा मूर्ध्नि व्यवस्थिता अजिता वामपार्श्वे तु दक्षिणे चापराजिता शिखामुद्योतिनी रक्षेत् उमा मूर्ध्नि व्यवस्थिता
अजिता वामपार्श्वे तु दक्षिणे चापराजिता शिखा मुद्योतिनी रक्षेत् उमा मूर्ध्निव्यवस्थिता अजिता वामपार्श्वे तु दक्षिणे चापराजिता शिखा मुद्योतिनी रक्षेत् उमा मूर्तिनिव्यवस्थिता
मूर्ध्नि and the word
In Tamil, it says Murdni and then iv is there, sir. So we should not say the iv sound.
ir is coming with Murdni.
Right, sir. It is saying Murdni and then there is a iv.
Yeah, Vyavastita.
Oh, okay. So the Murdni and then Vyavastita. Okay.
Yeah.
There is two iv given for two
Okay,
different.
there should be only one if there, and the Murdhni is one, which is the top of your head. Vyavasthita, one who's situated there, will be situated on top of my head to protect me.
Okay. Thank you.
Maladhari, long E. Lalatecha, lalate means to forehead. So Maladhari on my forehead. Lalatecha. Bhruvau, rakshet, yashaswini, long E. So Bhruvau is referring to eyebrows. Trinetra cha bhruvor madhye. So between my eyebrows, Trinetra will come and protect me. Yamaghanta cha nasike. Nose. Yamaghanta will protect my nose. Maladhari lalate cha bhruvau rakshet yashasvihi. Trinetra cha bhruvor madhye यमघण्टा च नासिके
मालाधरी ललाटे च भ्रुवौ रक्षेद् यशस्विनी त्रिनेत्रा च भ्रुवोर्मध्ये यमघण्टा च नासिके मालाधरी ललाटे च भ्रुवौ रक्षेद् यशस्विनी त्रिनेत्रा च भ्रुवोर्मध्ये यमघण्टा च नासिके
मालाधरी ललाटे च भ्रुवौ रक्षेत् यशस्विनी त्रिनेत्रा च भ्रुवोर्मध्ये यमकण्ठा च नासिके
फर्स्ट लाइन
मा
अनिता ब्रुवौ
भ्रुवौ yes मालाधरी ललाटे च भ्रुवौ रक्षेत् यशस्विनी त्रिनेत्रा च भ्रुवोर्मध्ये यमकण्ठा च नासिके
शङ्किनी चक्षुषोर्मध्ये श्रोत्रयोर्द्वारवासिनी कपोलौ कालिका रक्षेत् कर्णमूले तु शाङ्करी. So here Shankini, the protecting Chakshusho, protecting the eyes protected by Shankini. Then Dwaravasini, protecting your ears. And then Kalika, protecting my Kapalam, which is your cheeks. And then Karnamule to Shankari is the root of the ears, is protected by Shankari. शङ्खिनी चक्षुषोर्मध्ये श्रोत्रयोर्द्वारवासिनी कपोलौ कालिका रक्षेत् कर्णमूले तु शाङ्करी.
शङ्खिणी चक्षुषोर्मध्ये श्रोत्रयोर्द्वारवासिनी कपोलौ कालिका रक्षेत् कर्णमूले तु शाङ्करी शङ्खिणी चक्षुषोर्मध्ये श्रोत्रयोर्द्वारवासिनी कपोलौ कालिका रक्षेत् कर्णमूले तु शाङ्करी
शङ्खिनी चक्षुषोर्मध्ये श्रोत्रयोर्द्वारवासिनी कपोलौ कालिका रक्षेत् कर्णमूले तु शाङ्करी शङ्खिनी चक्षुषोर्मध्ये श्रोत्रयोर्द्वारवासिनी कपोलौ कालिका रक्षेत् कर्णमूले तु शाङ्करी
नासिकायां नोस् सुगन्धा च उत्तरोष्ठे च चर्चिका. So उत्तरोष्ठे referring to the lips. Adhare chamritakala. So one is referring, Charchika is the upper lips and chamritakala is the lower lips. Adhare chamritakala. Jihvayam, a tongue. Jihvayam cha saraswati. नासिकायां सुगन्धा च उत्तरोष्टे च चर्चिका अधरे चामृतकला जिह्वायां च सरस्वती. Long E.
नासिकायां सुगन्धा च उत्तरोष्ठे च चर्चिका अधरे चामृतकला जिह्वायां च सरस्वती नासिकायां सुगन्धा च उत्तरोष्ठे च चर्चिका अधरे चामृतकला जिह्वायां च सरस्वती
Chamrita, you said chamrita.
चामृतकला
Yeah.
नासिकायां सुगन्धा च उत्तरोष्ठ च चर्चिका अतरे सामृतकला जिह्वायां च सरस्वती.
Anita, anga rendu word. One second.
Sorry.
Uttaroshte.
उत्तरोष्ठे.
And then the second line, jihvayam.
Sorry.
Jihvayam.
जिह्वायां. Okay. नासिकायां सुगन्धा च उत्तरोष्ठ च चर्चिका अतरे चामृतकला जिह्वायां.
Yeah, and the ich is just a H. Jihvayam.
जिह्वायां च सरस्वती.
Dantan rakshatu kaumari. Dantan, teeth. Kantha deshe tu chandika. So throat. Kantham referring to the throat. Ghantikam chitragantha cha. So chitragantha, so one is the throat. Next is the portion behind your throat which is giving the sound. So whatever is responsible for giving the sound behind your throat, that is Gantikam Chitraganta. Chitraganta protect that kind of the one which is giving the sound behind your throat. And Mahamaya cha Taluke. Mahamaya, the Taluke is top of the crown of your head. Dantan Rakshatu Kaumari Kantadeshe tu Chandika Ghantikam Chitraghanta cha Mahamaya cha Taluke.
दन्तान् रक्षतु कौमारी कण्ठदेशे तु चण्डिका घण्टिकां चित्रघण्टा च महामाया च तालुके दन्तान् रक्षतु कौमारी कण्ठदेशे तु चण्डिका घण्टिकां चित्रघण्टा च महामाया च तालुके
दन्तान् रक्षतु कौमारी घण्टदेशे तु चण्डिका घण्टिकां चित्रघण्टा च महामाया च तालुके दन्तान् रक्षतु कौमारी घण्टदेशे तु चण्डिका घण्टिकां चित्रघण्टा च महामाया च तालुके
Kamakshi Chibukam Rakshet Chin Chibukam Rakshet Vacham Me Sarva Mangala. Vacham is the speech, so be protected by Sarva Mangala. Grivayam Bhadrakali cha. Griva refers to neck. Bhadrakali cha. Prishta Vamshe Dhanurdari. Prishtam refers to the back. Prishta Vamshe Dhanurdari. Kamakshi Chibukam Rakshet Vacham Me Sarvamangala Grivayam Bhadrakali cha Prishtha Vamshe Dhanurdhari.
कामाक्षी चिबुकं रक्षेद्वाचं मे सर्वमङ्गला ग्रीवायां भद्रकाली च पृष्ठं वंशे धनुर्धरी कामाक्षी चिबुकं रक्षेद्वाचं मे सर्वमङ्गला ग्रीवायां भद्रकाली च पृष्ठं वंशे धनुर्धरी
Vidya, you are saying Prishtam Vamshe. There's no im there, just Prishtha Vamshe.
Oh, sorry. पृष्ठवंशे धनुर्धरी
कामाक्षी शिपुकं रक्षेत् वाचं मे सर्वमङ्गला ग्रीवायां भद्रकाली च पृष्ठवंशे धनुर्धरी कामाक्षी चिबुकं रक्षेत् वाचं मे सर्वमङ्गला ग्रीवायां भद्रकाली च पृष्ठवंशे धनुर्धरी
Neela Griva Bahihi. Put a ich sound. H. Bahih Kante. So Bahir Kante. Bahir means outside. Anything which is outside. Bahir Kante means outside of the throat. I don't know what the subtle difference between throat and outside of the throat is, but Bahir Kante is protect the outside of my throat. And Nalikam Nalakubhari. So Nalakubhari, you protect the windpipe. So wherever the what do you call, the air is flowing through your body, so that those windpipes you protect in your Nalika. Then Skanda Nalakubhari, sorry. Skandayoho is there. Put a H sound. Skandayoh Khadgini Rakshet. Bahu long U. Bahu me Vajradharini long E. Bahu refers to arm, Bahubali, right? So Bahu is arm. Skandayo, Skandam is refers to shoulders. Neelagriva Bahih Kanthe Nalikam Nalakubhari Skandhayo Khadgini Rakshet Bahu me Vajradharini.
नीलग्रीवा बहिः कण्ठे नलिकां नलकूबरी स्कन्धयोः खड्गिनी रक्षेत् बाहू मे वज्रधारिणी नीलग्रीवा बहिः कण्ठे नलिकां नलकूबरी स्कन्धयोः खड्गिनी रक्षेत् बाहू मे वज्रधारिणी
नीलग्रीवा बहिः कण्ठे नलिकां नलकूबरी स्कन्धयोः खड्गिनी रक्षेत् बाहू मे वज्रधारिणी नीलग्रीवा बहिः कण्ठे नलिकां नलकूबरी स्कन्धयोः खड्गिनी रक्षेत् बाहू मे वज्रधारिणी
Hastayor Dandini Rakshet So in Sanskrit, if you have the word da there, we just break it into it and a. So rakshet, ambika, starts with the a, ambika changulishucha, nakhan chuleshwari, long e, rakshet, kukshau, rakshet, kuleshwari, long e. Hastayo refers to hands. Ambika, Dandini, you protect my hands. Then Ambika, Changulishu, Angulishu. Angulishu refers to the fingers. So please protect my fingers. Nakhan or Chuleshwari, you protect my nails, which are actually there. So that kind of covers your hand. Next, it's going to come to the central portion of your body here. So Kukshav, Rakshet, Kuleshwari, protect my belly. It starts with the belly. हस्तयोर्दण्डिनी रक्षेत् अम्बिका चाङ्गुलीषु च नखान् चूलेश्वरी रक्षेत् कुक्षौ रक्षेत् कुलेश्वरी.
So that is Nakhan Chuleshwari.
Yeah, in sound.
Okay. Hastayordandhini rakshet ambika changulishu cha nakhan chuleshwari rakshet kukshau rakshet kuleshwari. Hastayordandhini rakshet ambika changulishu cha nakhan chuleshwari rakshet kukshau rakshet kuleshwari.
हस्तयोर्दण्डिनी रक्षेत् अम्बिका चाङ्गुलीषु च नखान् चूलेश्वरी रक्षेत् कुक्षौ रक्षेत् कुलेश्वरी हस्तयोर्दण्डिनी रक्षेत् अम्बिका चाङ्गुलीषु च नखान् चूलेश्वरी रक्षेत् कुक्षौ रक्षेत् कुलेश्वरी.
I have one
Now,
question.
sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
The 21, 28. It is the first line. It is Rakshed, right?
It, yeah, no, it is because we broke it into it and a. Ambika.
No. Before that, Hastayordandini Rakshed, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. It is, if you're following Sanskrit or Telugu, Nalini? Oh, Kannada, sorry.
Telugu.
So the da is there, right? It says Rakshe Dambika.
Rakshed Ambika.
So
Okay.
that the which is coming up, which is breaking into it and a. So Rakshet Ambika Changulishu cha.
So it is the, you said, or
Yeah,
I'm
because the that is there is getting, which is just getting split. It and a. Because it's Ambika Changulishu cha, right? So that's all. Okay. But it is it and a written as da.
Okay.
Okay.
And the next line, it is Rakshet.
The same thing, right? The da, we said it in the previous line, right? Rakshet, Ambika.
Okay.
Got it? They just merged that it and da. Okay, we'll
I
just do
think it's a
one more and
Sanskrit,
stop.
right? It's because of the way
It's a
Sanskrit
sandhi, yeah.
goes, right? Yeah, sandhi.
That's it.
In the first line, I think it's the second part starts with Ambika, so A Shabda.
Yeah.
Second line, second part starts with Kukshav. So depending on that, that's Visarga.
And some places the id will be id only, like the previous one, Rakshet Bahu me, right? Because it also depends on what is coming later. So like when ba or something else comes, it becomes a id. So that's why in the previous one it says Skandayo Khadgini Rakshed id, not it. Right? Because Bahu is coming, Ba is coming later, right? So Bahu me vacha dharini. Anyway, we'll just stop here today. I think 28 round with the even number. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you, everyone. I'll send the recording of the first 30 stanzas, okay, and then we can continue next class. Okay, bye.
Thank you, Purasik. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.